Welcome back, you guys. I am so excited for today's video because I have tried a new indie brand and it is MBA Cosmetics. I picked up 3 of their newest release, 3 palettes, obviously. They launched together and these palettes are really, really beautiful, and I'm so excited to not only show you the swatches, but also show you the 2 looks that I created and share my thoughts. But let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time here, hi. My name is Heather and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you guys love those things too, I really hope you will subscribe and don't forget to click the little bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads. So my goal for 2025 is to branch out and try some more indie brands. And the first one of the year that I am trying is MBA Cosmetics. So they released these 3 palettes and they're so gorgeous. When I saw the photos online, I was like, sign me up. So these are retailing for $46 each. I can't remember if I bought them separately or bought them in a bundle, but we have the Moonlight Realm, and this is such a gorgeous 9-pan palette. So you have like 6 shimmers and 3 mattes, and the matte gradient is like really good, but you have, it feels like 2 separate formulas. This iridescent like topper formula feels different than the other ones, also makes a great highlight, but I wanted to throw that out there. And then we have the Enchanted Elixir. They all retail for the same price and you have the same layout, but this is the gorgeous like purple monochromatic palette. Now the shimmers in this palette, they add some like really pretty flips. We have a multi-chrome, some duos, and everything, and they're just so stunning. And again, with the light to dark matte gradient, I really enjoy. Now I think this one might be a personal favorite. This is the Cursed Moon. Also, the packaging on these are really, really beautiful as well, but I really like this color story. It's monochromatic, but it's not. It has like these extra little twists, like this shade up here. This shade Eerie is so beautiful. I mean, you guys have seen the swatches by now, or maybe you are seeing them now, but this is like so stunning. Such a good highlight shade as well, but it adds like that extra little flip and fire to a blue cool tone look, and you guys know how much I love that if you've been here for any amount of time. But I'm really excited to share my thoughts on these palettes and show you guys how I created both of the looks. I also can't wait to hear your thoughts on the brand down below. Let me know if you picked these up, but let's go ahead and get into look number 1. I am really thoroughly excited to play with these palettes. The swatches were really, really good, and I really think I like this formula. Like the shimmers, there's 2 different shimmer formulas, it feels like, and then the matte formula. It all feels really nice. So I'm excited. I hope that it's everything I want it to be. So I've went back and forth on like how to do this video. I really don't have time to do 3 looks, I don't think, but I really want to use all 3 palettes. So for this one, I might just dip into this palette, but for the next look, I might use both of them. I hate doing that in case you guys don't pick up all the palettes, but I'm still like, it's the only way I can. So hopefully that's okay with you guys, but I'm excited to play. I think I'm going to use the green palette for some kind of inner corner situation. I might just mix these 2. I don't know. We're going to play it by ear. So what one do I want to do first? Oh, I want to do the green one, the Moonlight Realm. These formulas, they feel so nice. I'm so excited. If you can't tell because I'm rambling. So I want to start with this shade right here, Moonbeam. I'm pretty sure you guys have told me about this brand, but I still hadn't picked anything up. Because, you know, it's hard to keep up with releases, especially like from new brands, but I do love trying indie brands as well. and that's got some really good pigmentation. So I really wanted to dive into this brand this year. I'm excited to start my year out with a new indie brand because I found a lot of brands last year and I've discovered some of my favorites, and I'm super excited to discover more. So I want to start with the lightest shade because I want to see how well like the deeper shades will layer on top of it. That's a good way to test a formula, but I like this color. You guys know how much I love a cool tone look. My nose is like all stopped up. The allergies are getting me, guys, but I would love to know what you guys did for New Year's. We did nothing. When was New Year's? I don't even know my life right now. Okay, yesterday. So we haven't seen like everyone for Christmas yet because we just got back from being with my family. It was the first time I've spent like Christmas with them in a few years. I'm going to go into this and put it down here as well. But because of that, I had to come home and like film and stuff because I got a little behind. And I had a lot of gifts to wrap. So I spent all day long yesterday wrapping gifts. That's how I brought New Year's in. And then I cleaned my kitchen. There's nothing better than waking up and walking through your house and it being clean, or going to make your coffee and your kitchen being spotless. Oh, it's my favorite. This could be a really fun combo. Now is where I decide what I want to do next. Which blue, or I could do the greens. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm going to do the blues, and I think I want to go in with the shade here called Torture. I really like the undertone of this. It's really pretty. But where I swatched all of these separate, I didn't get to like get inspired by the color stories mixed. I should have done 2 different swatches, but just so I could see the 2 palettes together. But that takes forever. So I'm just basically laying this down and then blending it out like I always do, and then we'll like enhance it. Going back in with that shade Jinxed. I've been like running in slow motion today. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, and I've been editing my Vegas vlog today, so I got a late start, and that's why I'm like doing this look so late. But I'm also tired, which is not good for me to be filming, because when I'm tired, I'm like done. You can forget it. I'm going to use the green again to bring it over this. I'm not sure about this blue yet. I don't know if it's me or what. Maybe it is not the kind of formula you can lay over a lighter shade. I'll try it. I'll do it different when I do it on this side. I'll do the darker shade first, and we'll see. Now I'm just going over these edges with the large blending brush from Singe. The shimmers in these palettes, there's like a really smooth silky formula, but there's one shade in each palette that has that more flaky formula. It's really pretty too. I'm excited to try them both. Now I'm just taking that same shade down here on the lower lash line. Okay, so now I'm going to use the same E27, and I want to deepen this up a little. I feel like this blue is a little patchy, but I'm going to try it the other way like I mentioned, see if I can get it to like lay better. But for now, we're going to try this shade right here, Ill Fated, the black. But it might be because I tried to lay it on top of a light shade. We all just like do our makeup different. I used to always start with the lightest shade and then like work my way up. I'm switching over to my E38 pencil brush. But then like I switched and now I usually start with the middle shade. The medium shade, whatever. You know what I mean? And I'll like use the light shade to only blend out. It also depends on the type of look I'm doing and the formula I'm using to create it. I'm going to take that same shade and use this little flat brush from Cleona to just deepen up this lower lash line. I can't deepen it too much because that eye is being ridiculous. But I want to dig back into that green shade, Moonbeam, and just kind of take it up and over. And same with the lower lash line situation. I really do like this combo, but I'm unsure about the mattes. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, this right here is my eye watering. But I'll show you a comparison of the differences after I do the other eye off camera. So now I'm going to go in with my Bella Beauty Bar primer and I'm going to put that on the lid. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to decide which shimmers I want to use because these shimmers are so freaking beautiful and I'm so excited. Man, these shimmers are really like the star of the show for real. But I want to start out with this palette and I'm going to go into this shade. I'm trying to be careful because when it came, this one was a little loose, but it did press right back down. But I'd rather be safe than sorry, you know? So I'm going to go in with that shade Afflicted. Let me show it to you swatched. Like, it's really nice. The shimmer formula in these palettes makes me extremely happy. Look at that. It's a gorgeous formula. Tomorrow I'll like be going out and stuff and I'll be filming another look with it because I'm going to get my nails fixed. Thank God they look so bad. But I'll be able to like really test the formula to see if it like creases or anything like that. I don't even have nails picked out. I probably need to do that before I go to bed. Now for the next shade. I can't remember. I think I want to do some of this one, which is this shade right here called Old Moon. It's like a brassy green. It's really, really pretty. I just want to do a little bit of that. It's going to be a bridge shade. So we'll do some of that kind of on the edge of this blue. And now we have to do this shade. Oh, it's so pretty. It's like one of those iridescent like multi-chromes or something. Maybe duos. It's the flaky shade. But my God, is it... It's smoothed out beautifully. But do you freaking see that? And this one isn't even my favorite of the three. My favorite is in the blue palette. But unfortunately, it doesn't really go like with the look. So I'm using this one. But as soon as I get done, I want to show you that other one. It's so cool. I don't know why, because I'll probably show it to you again later. But it's whatever. So this shade is called Moonchild. And I recommend using a brush and spraying it so that you don't get fallout. But this would be such a beautiful face highlight as well. It's so gorgeous. But it is the kind that kind of show texture. So if you don't like that, keep that in mind, but I think they are beautiful. I love them dearly. So I'm using this Singe Beauty E01 brush to kind of smooth that out, and then I'm going to pick up some more and spray it with my Makeup Forever setting spray. But I think it's gorgeous. The only thing I have left to do is dust off my shirt. But I want to go back into that black. And you know the drill. I just want to make sure that my shimmers don't end like abruptly. And make sure that whole situation is blended really good. That's my favorite. Now, before I go do the other look off camera, let me show you this shade. It's called Eerie. And it's in the what's it called? Cursed Moon, the blue palette. It's so beautiful, isn't it? It kind of looks like the highlight I have on, actually. And the highlight I'm wearing is from ADEPT. Looks a lot like that. But I'm going to go finish this off camera, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. And I can't wait to see what it all looks like when it's come together. I have no idea what I'm going to do for liner, but I'll figure it out. And I'll be right back. I am back with the finished look, and I think it turned out really, really good. So I did the eyes the way I said I was going to. I started this eye with the deeper shade, and I still have a bit of patchiness, like right here on this edge. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. So I'm not sure yet. Well, I'll gather my thoughts as I create the next look, but the shimmers so far are beautiful, and the mattes aren't bad, but the deeper ones are a little patchy, but that's just my thoughts so far, and that's my thoughts basically just on the blue palette, because I had no issues at all with the green one or the light one. So we'll just have to see how it works out with the other shades, but I'm excited to create another look tomorrow. So I didn't do lashes because it's 11 o'clock at night and I have to go to bed. I have to get up early. So I didn't do that, but I did do liner, and I did the LA Shockwave liner. This is in the shade Electric. I did that all the way throughout, and I needed a green liner, and I don't have one that was light enough, so I just went over the inner corner with the yellow and made my own green. But I really love this look. I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts on it, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this brand. But let's get started with look number 2. Well, I am back for look number 2. I'm eating this chocolate. Amanda got me this from Walmart. It is called Ritter Sport, and it has like, it's milk chocolate with cornflakes, and it's so delicious. It's so good. But I just finished reading the Kindred Curse Saga, book 3, and they did us so dirty. It's like such a cliffhanger that it's not even funny, and I have no idea when book 4 is coming out. So I'm heartbroken right now and anxious. But I've been reading When the Moon Hatched, and so far so good. I'm not very far into it. I'm on like chapter 3, but it's good so far. But I wanted to let you guys have a little update because I think I talked about reading that series in the last look, but it's really, really good. Okay, I'm really not sure what I'm going to be doing with this look. I did try a different base. I used the NARS Pot Concealer to see like how well these deeper like mattes work on this. I have no idea what I want to do because every part of me wants to put green in the inner corner, purple on the out. But I know I used green on the inner corner in the last look, so I'm hesitating to do it in this look. I'm going to start with purple. So on my E27, I'm going to go into this shade here called Intoxication. Now I only want to do this in the inner corner because I do want to give these mattes their best chance. So out in this side, I'll start with the deeper shades to see if I can get them to like not be patchy, but that looks really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to use the shade here, Antidote, and I'm going to do it on my Glam Light shading brush, but I was supposed to go today to get my nails done, and we got hit with a snowstorm, and it looks like we're probably going to be snowed in all weekend, which I'm not mad about. I mean, it gives me time to work, but it would be really nice if I could take a day off and like go downstairs and hang out with Amanda, and maybe we can watch a movie and like turn on our fireplace that we haven't got to use this year because I work too much, and Amanda's scared of fire, so she like wants me to be down there with her when it's on. So I'm just like building this up. I'm probably gonna do the whole eye purple, which you don't see me do very often because I just really love two-tone looks, but I know I need to start branching out. You guys are probably sick of seeing the same type of look, but I'm obsessed. Now I'm going in with my E03 to just blend that out, and I will say this matte is working a lot better on this base. So yesterday I just used liquid concealer and it was a little patchy. I just wiped off that E27, and now I want to go into this shade here called Alchemist. Did you guys see that Wicked Widow is doing an American Horror Story collection? I'm so excited. I cannot wait. It's gonna be good. They're on my like list of brands to keep an eye out for this year. Now I'm going back into that deep purple, and I'll just like kind of go back and forth between all these shades until I get the blend the way that I want it to be. And I like to take it up higher. You guys know if you've been here. I like for my deepest shade to go higher than my crease because it kind of helps hide the fact that I have hooded eyes. It's been a long time since I've done like a whole like crease that's kind of like the same color, you know. I really do love purple, and I think I forget sometimes. I think purple is a color that looks good on everyone. Blue eyes like mine. My eyes are blue, but sometimes they're green, sometimes they're gray. But I also think it looks beautiful on green eyes and especially brown eyes as well. It's just a flattering color for everyone. I'm going to go in with the E04 from Singe and do the same exact thing on the lower lash line, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a little bit of black from the blue palette, the Cursed Moon. And I'm doing that on my E30 pencil brush from Sigma. Now I'm just going to go in with some Bella Beauty Bar primer. And I don't know what I'm going to do for shimmers yet, but I'm thinking about doing the greens. But after I get this on my eye, we'll do like some swatches and see, because I'm not sure. I don't want the look to be monochromatic. I do know that. Okay, so we're going to do swatches. There are 6 shimmers in each palette, so I will swatch them all. Look at that on the palm of my hand. Look at my finger. I went to, Amanda ordered a chair, and I went to pull it out of the box. I didn't bump my hand or nothing, and the vein in my finger busted and it hurt so freaking bad. But that shade looks so like wet and glossy. It's so pretty. That was the shade Potion. And then here we have Tonic. The purple and blue palette would be really pretty together because some of these like purples and pinks do have a more like duotone flip. That one's pretty, but it's not as like shiny and reflective as the other shades. And then we have this shade Concoction. It is pretty too. It has like that blackened base, and that's a one finger swatch. And here we have Aphrodisiac. That's a really beautiful shade. This one is one of my favorites. That shade is so beautiful. Might we do that? I don't know. Look at those. Oh. Okay, now let's swatch some greens. If we did that, what, like, would one of these greens go? Or would it be better to use, there's not a light enough blue to go with it. That's what's getting me. I don't want to use Moonchild, which was that really light shade, because we already used that one. But there's that one. That's really pretty. That's Eventide. This is Apogee. Don't ask me. And we have Nightfall, which is really pretty. So Nightfall in this shade, they kind of remind me of each other. But when you swatch them out, they are different. This one has more of like a brown base to it. It's really pretty. And then we have Old Moon, which is more of like that golden olive type of shade. And then Moonish, which is really pretty too. Now the question is, which one? Okay, so I really wanted to do the green palette because I haven't used a ton of shades out of this one. But I'll just have to keep trying to use it off camera. Maybe try to do some reels and stuff with it over on Instagram so I can gather my thoughts on it before my January ranking. But my heart is telling me to do something else. So that's what we're going with. I'm going to do it. So let me see. To start this look out, I want to use this palette, the Cursed Moon. I love this color story, but I'm going to go into this shade right here. It's like a blue to purple. And I want to put this out here. Everything in my heart just wanted me to do this. Because I did just edit and upload the video I did with the Cosmic Brushes palette. Where are my wipes? There they are. But in that video, I did a purple and green look. So that kind of steered me away from doing it this time. Because I don't want to like create the same exact looks with different palettes, you know? I want to be able to give you guys like inspiration. It's not even just about the review of the palette. It's also like the inspiration you can get from it as well. Not everybody likes to pick up new stuff all the time. Especially, I mean, you can't keep up with these releases. Trust me, I try, and it's it's a lot. But I want to do inspiration and be able to give you my thoughts on a release. So that's why I'm going to go with the purple and the blue. So the next one I want to use is Libation. I think I called it Liberation earlier. But this shade is so pretty. There's a shade like this in the, I think it's the Bella Beauty Bar Basic Witch or the Strange and Unusual. I can't remember like exactly which one it is, but one of those. I'm just going to use my Singe Beauty E01, and I'm going to spray it with some setting spray so I can try to get this in the inner corner. And it still fell out. I think I picked up too much, and I took that down too far. I'm also going to put some of it down here. Yeah, I picked up way too much. This brush really picks up those shadows like nobody's business. So I'm going to give this a second to dry, and then I'm going to try to get this off of my inner corner. Okay, now I got that all fixed, and I want to go into the shade Potion. I'm sad that I didn't get to use that light shade in the Cursed Moon palette, because it is so beautiful. But let me just try to use my finger and try not to pick up too much. That's so pretty. Oh, love that. Well, it's a clean E01. Just using that so I can kind of like spread that around without adding more product. But I think this turned out so pretty. But I want to take this E27 and go back into this deep purple Antidote. Now this shade right here, it's like a beautiful multi-chrome. It would be really pretty if you did the purples and the greens. But I like that they made these to where they can be their own separate palette. You don't need the other palettes to make them work. But they also play very well together. I think that's really cool. But I just wanted to make sure the mattes and stuff were blended in the outer corner. But this is the eye before lashes and stuff. I'm going to go finish this look off camera, and I'll be right back. I do not have my full thoughts on these palettes, but I do have some thoughts, and I'm excited to share them with you. I am back with the finished look, and I think it turned out really, really pretty. It's crazy. This is the second look I've done in a row with no lashes, which never happens, but it is really late again, and I'm ready for bed, and I just don't want to put lash glue on to try to have to get it off, so I said, the hell with it. But for liner, I used two from ColourPop. I did the shade Good Reef, and then I went over it with the white because I wanted a lighter pink. I think the first look, like the color combo, was my favorite, but this one is really, really pretty too. And I had a really good time with the mattes in this look. But I'm going to go ahead and get you guys zoomed out and give you my thoughts on these palettes, at least so far. Okay, so like I already mentioned earlier, I didn't get to use too many shades out of the green palette, and I have not used all of the shades in the purple. Actually, like none of them. I used the most out of this one, but my thoughts, I haven't really gathered them fully because with this palette, I did have issues with a little bit of patchiness with the dark shades, which I did not in this look. And I honestly think the reason is the base that I put them on, but I'm not 100% sure until I try to create another look with it again. So stay tuned for my January ranking. I will update you guys then. That'll give me enough time to be able to use them behind the scenes. But I really think that the issue was the primer that I used and not the eyeshadow, because of not only the way this eye look applied, but also by the way they swatched. They all felt really similar, so I honestly think it was the base. But with all of that being said, I think these palettes are really, really beautiful. Super excited that I finally tried MBA Cosmetics, and I can't wait to see what else they bring us in 2025. I'm so excited for the new year and all of the new releases. It just brings me me so much joy. But I'm so glad I tried them. Like I said, out of the 3 palettes, my favorite is this one. You guys know how much I love cool tones and I love blues, and I feel like this one was made for me. I'm dying to try this shade Eerie. It's so beautiful, but my second favorite would probably be the green one because I'm a sucker for greens. But my favorite way to use these palettes are definitely going to be together. But I think they're gorgeous. The packaging is really nice as well. And I'm just excited that I finally got to try them. And I'm excited to see like what other brands I get into this year. So if there are any brands you have, specifically indie brands, that you have not seen me review but you would like to hear my thoughts on, please leave your comments down below and I'll look into them. If you see any comments that you like, please give it a thumbs up, because the more people that interact with a comment or a request, the more I will like see you guys are really interested in it, and it'll make me try it quicker. So please keep an eye out for that as well. But I can't wait to hear your thoughts, not only on the looks but also on MBA Cosmetics. What has been your experience with them? Let me know which look was your favorite down below, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I really hope you will. But until next time, bye.